Good morning everyone and welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the biggest celebrity controversies making waves across the internet. Today we're talking about the explosive headline that has everybody buzzing. Michael J. Fox allegedly kicked off Good Morning America after a heated clash with co-host Michael Strahan. Now before you grab your pitchforks, let's be clear, this story started circulating yesterday on several viral blog sites and quickly racked up millions of views, but as we always do here, we're going to separate fact from fiction and give you the full timeline because the truth is way more nuanced than the clickbait suggests. Michael J. Fox, the beloved Back to the Future star and tireless Parkinson's advocate, was indeed a guest on GMA this past Tuesday promoting his new Apple TV documentary Still, which chronicles his life, career and ongoing battle with the disease. The interview started off warm and heartfelt, with Robin Roberts and George Stephanopoulos asking thoughtful questions about his foundation and how he maintains optimism. 34 years after his diagnosis, Strahan joined the segment midway through, and that's where things reportedly got tense. According to multiple crew members who spoke anonymously, the tension began when Strahan asked Fox about his physical limitations and whether he ever feels like a burden to his family. Sources claim Fox felt the question crossed a line into pity territory rather than empowerment and responded with a sharp sarcasm, saying something along the lines of, "Yeah, Michael, I wake up every day wondering if I'm ruining everyone's life. Thanks for bringing that up." The room apparently went silent for a few seconds before producers cut to commercial. Early when they returned, Fox had left the studio and the rest of the segment was scrapped. GMA has not officially commented, but insiders say executives were furious about the abrupt exit and have no plans to invite him back anytime soon. Now let's look at Michael Strahan's side, because this story has two very different narratives circulating online. Strahan's representatives released a brief statement yesterday saying the former NFL star turned morning show host was simply trying to have an honest conversation about the realities of living with Parkinson's and that he has nothing but respect for Fox's decades of advocacy. However, multiple readers analyzing the raw footage that leaked on TikTok claim Strahan muttered something under his breath after Fox's sarcastic reply that sounded suspiciously like "Here we go again with the victim card." The clip has already been viewed over 40 million times and sparked the hashtag #StrahanIsOverParty. Meanwhile, Fox's team fired back through his foundation's official X account, posting a photo of Michael smiling on set with the caption, "Grateful for platforms that allow real conversations, even the uncomfortable ones," which many interpreted as shade toward GMA's supposedly sanitized format. Longtime viewers know Strahan has a history of blunt questioning. Remember when he pressed Prince Harry about royal family drama, or when he asked Adele point-blank why she gained weight. Those moments went viral for their candor, but this time the internet largely seems to be siding with Fox, with celebrities like Ryan Reynolds, Jennifer Aniston and even Elon Musk tweeting variations of "Leave Michael alone." The backlash has been so intense that Strahan reportedly left the GMA studios through a back exit yesterday and hasn't been seen since. Fans are now flooding ABC's switchboard demanding an on-air apology, while others are calling for Fox thin-skinned and arguing that public figures should expect tough questions when they agree to morning show appearances. Let's talk about the bigger picture here, because this incident exposes a growing divide in morning television between feel-good fluff and actual journalism. Good Morning America has spent years cultivating the image of America's cozy living room chat show, complete with cooking segments and puppy adoptions, but ever since Strahan arrived from Live with Kelly and Michael, he's been pushing for harder-hitting interviews. Sources inside ABC say executives love the ratings boost his tougher style brings, but are terrified of alienating the core demographic of middle-aged women who want inspiration with their coffee. Michael J. Fox represents the ultimate feel-good story, the young star struck with a devastating illness who never gave up and built a billion-dollar foundation. Yet when Strahan tried to probe beneath the triumph over adversity narrative, things fell apart fast. Some media analysts are calling this moment the end of an era for morning shows, suggesting networks will now think twice before booking guests with complicated health stories unless they're willing to stick to the approved script. Others argue the real problem is that Fox, at 73 years old with advanced Parkinson's, simply doesn't have the energy for combative television anymore and should have stuck to pre-recorded interviews like he did with CBS Sunday Morning last month, where Charlie Rose's successor handled him with It gloves the irony is that Fox's documentary still is all about showing the unvarnished reality of his disease tremors freezing episodes, and also the idea that he suddenly became sensitive to honest questions feels inconsistent to many observers. What's undeniable is the speed at which this story exploded across social media. Within 6 hours of the incident, Michael Fox walked and #cancel Strahan were both trending worldwide, with TikTok creators stitching the leaked footage alongside old clips of Strahan smirking during serious interviews, memes showing Fox as Marty McFly disappearing from the GMA set with the caption "When the interview goes 88 miles per hour wrong" have been viewed hundreds of millions of times. Meanwhile, Parkinson's awareness accounts are using the controversy to educate people about how insensitive questioning can harm patients, with one viral post reading asking if someone feels like a burden isn't journalism, it's cruelty, racking up 2 million likes. Fox's son Sam posted today throwback photo of his dad Huggy and Strahan at a 2017 charity event with the caption "Two good men had a bad 5 minutes, let's move on, but the damage seems done." Bookers from The View, Ellen's Netflix special, and even James Corden's final Carpool Karaoke are reportedly scrambling to distance themselves from the drama, with one insider telling Page Six they're terrified of booking Fox now because nobody wants to be the next viral villain. The most bizarre twist came late last night when a verified account claiming to be a GMA intern posted alleged audio of producers screaming at Strahan backstage, telling him "You just torpedoed our biggest feel-good segment of the year." Although the account was quickly suspended, the 30-second clip continues to circulate on private Telegram channels. Looking at Michael J. Fox's history with morning television actually reveals a pattern. He's walked off or abruptly ended interviews at least 4 times in the past 15 years, including a 2013 Today Show appearance where Matt Lauer kept pressing him about whether he regretted going public with his diagnosis so soon. Fox reportedly told Lauer off camera, "You're turning my life into a soap opera," and left before the second commercial break. He also cut short a 2019 Good Morning Britain interview when Piers Morgan style, when the host asked if his illness had destroyed his marriage. The common thread in all these incidents is Fox's fierce protectiveness over how his disease is framed. He spent 3 decades insisting Parkinson's doesn't define him, only to watch hosts repeatedly reduce his entire identity to tragedy porn, as he put it in his 2002 memoir Lucky Man. Yesterday's GMA clash seems to be the culmination of that frustration, especially painful because Fox reportedly agreed to the appearance as a personal favor to Robin Roberts, who's been a longtime supporter of his foundation. Multiple sources say he texted friends afterwards saying he's done with live morning shows forever, preferring the control of pre-taped podcasts and Netflix specials where editors can remove any moment that feels exploitative. At this point, the only person who could potentially salvage this situation is Oprah, who interviewed Fox multiple times during her talk show heyday and reportedly reached out to both men yesterday offering to mediate on her Super Soul podcast, but neither camp has responded publicly.